Investigators in London have made serious progress following Friday's subway bombing. Police arrested an 18-year-old man in the port of Dover, the main ferry link to France. They called it a very significant arrest, but the country remains on critical alert. That's the highest level of terrorism alert, meaning another attack may be imminent. Police also launched a massive armed search this morning in the southwestern London suburb of Sunbury. An official of the Metropolitan Police spoke with reporters about the investigation. Yesterday's attack left nearly 30 people injured. In cities across the country, Americans are taking to the streets in protest. In St. Louis, it's over a police shooting. In Richmond, Virginia, a Robert E. Lee statue. And in Washington, support for the president and a famous rap duo. NBC's Chris Pallone reports. Because of security fears, rock group U2 has canceled tonight's concert in St. Louis, and the St. Louis Symphony has canceled its performances tonight as well. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Emily Hillman on those fall-feeling temperatures we've had today. Winter temperatures, that's not what I'm looking forward to. Thanks, Emily. North Dakota is experiencing an increase in demand for crude oil because of the impact of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma in Texas and Florida. ND Pipeline Authority Director Justin Kringstad says refineries in the Gulf are trying to make up for gas shortages. ND sweet crude will be priced at a premium while demand is high, but should return to normal in the near future. Oil production rose slightly in July and remained above 1 million barrels per day for the 6th consecutive month. North Dakota first responders are stepping up and helping out in Florida. The North Dakota Department of Health says it sent 23 paramedics, registered nurses, and EMTs to the Florida Keys. Florida requested help through the Emergency Management Assistant Compact, which allows disaster-impacted states to request and receive assistance from other states. Florida will reimburse North Dakota for the cost. Well, it's been a bit of a gloomy, overcast day here in the area, as you heard from Emily. Almost feels a bit like fall. The constant drizzle slowed down foot traffic at today's Bismarck Street Fair. Vendors were still out in full force, peddling all sorts of arts, crafts, and food. Despite their efforts, they say the wet weather put a damper on sales. The route ran down East Broadway between 4th and 7th Street. Tomorrow, parking in the area should be back to normal. Speaking of parking, you may have noticed a fleet of Teslas parked in downtown Bismarck today. Reporter Molly Martinez says it's part of a push to switch North Dakota drivers from gas to electric. Molly? Time to take a look now at tonight's winning Powerball numbers. Tonight's jackpot is worth $132 million, and the numbers are 17, 18, 24, 25, 31, Powerball 24, with a multiplier of 2. All right, still to come. Runners from across the state flock to Bismarck to participate in the Bismarck Marathon. We have the highlights coming up. Running is a pastime, an exercise, a health choice, and a lifestyle. Hundreds of runners from Bismarck and beyond were taking on one of the greatest challenges in running. John Salling has more. The runners were excited about the overcast day, keeping them cool as they go. And speaking of overcast, let's check in with Emily Hillman on the weather. A Wisconsin woman checked skydiving off her bucket list at the age of 76 years old. Phyllis Rude decided to tandem jump out of an airplane from 10,000 feet. She successfully completed the leap and greeted her friends and family when she landed. Rude said that she would recommend skydiving to anyone, no matter how old you are. I've actually never skydived, even though it's something I totally want to do.
I haven't either. Have you?
Nope. Never. Don't plan on doing it.
I don't know.
Why jump out of a perfectly good plane?
I have like a weird death wish to jump right out of a plane. But let's check in one more time for weather.
All right. So we